according to the Quran. So the two description of the two prophets, especially according to the Holy Quran and also to the Holy Bible, there are two different description about the Prophet Isa. Have you realized that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, according to Quran, he's only a prophet.
Yeah.
According to the Bible, he's more than a prophet. He's God himself, right?
So although it's not written in the Bible that he said, "I'm God."
No, there's no such sentence. Worship me. There's no such slogan, no such sentence. But then in the Bible, it has implication saying that he accepts people's worship. People worship him, kneel down before him. He will not deny. He will not reject the people worship, and also he also forgives sin. He did the things that only God can do. So in his deeds, in his verbal, he acknowledged that he's somebody more than just a human being. So if he's just a human being, that means he will just tell you what to do. Tell you what to do, you follow the instructions. Correct.
Yeah.
But he is more than a human being. He is God, and he's not only telling you what to do, but actually he can help you to do it. He can help you to accomplish what he instructed you to do. So that's why I believe when I have Jesus, when I believe in Jesus at time, it was about many years ago, 40 years ago. So Jesus not only tell me what to do, I know it's not easy to live out what Jesus told us to do, So only when Jesus comes into my heart, change my character, change my nature, only then I can execute what he has given me. So he helped me do what he has instructed me to do. So that's why something unique in Jesus' promise, and because I know that he is somebody unique. It's not just ordinary person.
Yeah, okay. Thank
you. so you're not there, right? You're not interested to know more about Christianity or about Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I know much, but isn't the prostration? It's not technically worship because even except for the Christian, the Catholic Christian.
Prostration is an act of worship because you know what happened, because the person received gratitude like healing. Healing was, since the person was born blind, he was healed, but he prostrated before Jesus. So that's honoring the person who healed him. This what happened exactly to what Paul has done a miracle to heal people. The people prostrate before him. Paul immediately rejects it. Don't prostrate before me. You only prostrate before God. I'm just human being like you. So that's the culture of the Jewish tradition at the time.
But Jewish culture did the same because it's also Jewish technically.
Yeah, that's right. He's serious. They say, kneel before no man, because only God is deserving our worship. That's according to Jewish tradition. But Jesus received that kind of worship, that kind of bow down, kneeling before him. So he did not reject. The key is he did not reject. He did not say, and then he also claimed to be the Son of God. And then you know why he died on the cross? Why he was crucified, sentenced to death? Because he claimed to be the Son of God. So the high priest at that time knew that Son of God is a title for divinity. It's not ordinary like a biological son. It's a divinity term according to the Jewish theology. That's why the high priest said, I don't need any witnesses. You are claiming blasphemies. So you are already against God. So you are a human being, you claim to be God. So that's why you deserve to be dead, to be stoned to death. That's why he was crucified and he was sentenced to death. That's what Jesus didn't say that I'm God, I'm just human being. He did not reject. So he went to the cross willingly because he said before that, I came to save the lost. He said, I came to the earth, the purpose is to save the lost. So I said, he also said, I'm willing to lay down my life. Nobody forced me to. I'm willing to lay down my life, and I'm also take it back because I have the ability, I have the power to take it back. So that's why he was crucified. Crucified according to Quran, they crucified him, but they crucified not. Because after the third day, he resurrected from the dead.
In the Quran, they said that they crucified him, they crucified someone who looks similar.
No, it's not. It's some other interpretation. The Quran only said that they crucified him not. They crucify him, but they crucify him not. That up to a lot of interpretation. That's why a lot of scholars, a Muslim scholar, interpret differently. Some say that he did not crucify, it was transformed, somebody took his place. The bad person, according to Quran, the bad person become a good guy. Judas is the one who is a bad, he portrayed, he sold Jesus off, but in the Quran, become a good guy. He transformed into Jesus, and he was crucified. And if you take that, that's your will. If you take that view, then you make Allah to become the deceiver, because that plot, there was a plot to deceive the people. The people they thought that he crucified Jesus. Actually, they were deceived, thinking that they were Jesus, but actually they are not. So that means you put Allah to become a deceiver, a plot to deceive the people, and then Allah is not trustworthy because
no, I mean he deceived
That's his
the
character.
prophet, that means not really.
That's his character. That's Allah's character. He can deceive people because
Yeah,
according to Islamic, yeah, according to Islamic theology, what can we do? Because he's Allah. He's
Yeah.
God. I mean, Almighty. He can do whatever he wants, right? So he can do whatever he wants. It means he can deceive people. He can be a chief deceiver. So what can you say? This is true. We cannot say anything because he is Almighty according to Islamic theology. That means the problem I have is this. How can I know Allah will not deceive me? How can I know? Even he allowed Muhammad to be deceived, to allow the satanic words to put into his mouth. So only later on he realized it. So when the companion told him, he realized it and then he corrected his tongue. So how do we know today that revelation given to our Muhammad is not deceived? So he said he will deceive whoever is deceived. That's Allah's purpose. Whoever is deceived, I will deceive him.
Yeah.
See?
I mean, I think you interpret it in a different way because the prophet was not deceived. The words of God, one time the prophet did a mistake, but they corrected him because the words of God should not be changed or anything. So it stayed as it is. It's not touched.
But the word the satanic words were able to go into the mouth of Prophet Muhammad, and then much more how that was because he was alerted.
Yeah,
He was alerted. I mean, actually, the Quran itself did not tell us. It's the hadith, and then the tafsir tell us. The hadith, the tafsir tell us that it is actually people discover that the what he uttered, what he spoke from his mouth are those deity, those are idol worship deity according to the Arabian culture. Yeah, Muhammad already long rejected. He said only worship one God. But what he mentioned, the three deities, that time his idols, those are idols. So only then you have the scholars discover something is wrong with that verse itself. That's why we call it the satanic verse today. We know that is not a verse that coming from Allah because it's a contradiction with the previous revelation when Muhammad called people to worship only one God, Allah. Right? So that was discovered later, and then it was interpreted, and then we have this interpretation. A Muslim had the interpretation to tell us, meaning telling us that two verses are not really from God, from Allah. I mean, things like that. I mean, you happen. I mean, when I talk to many Muslims, I find it very fascinating because I learn a lot of things. One thing that I think is you can say that I interpret differently. That's okay. So that's one way we can learn.
I mean, you do have knowledge about the Islamic perspective.
I can hear from you. No problem. You can teach me.
Yeah.
So you can teach me. So I conversation with other Muslims. So I will learn from you and see what you have. So and then this is what I have learned. So you can probably have a second thoughts because this is a life saving process. You're putting it in eternity for your life.
I mean, yeah, the part when you said that the prophet said satanic verse, I think because the story that I know is like the prophet did a mistake.
I did a mistake. Okay, you put it a mistake, it would be easier for us.
The prophet himself, he did a mistake, and when the people told him and they tried to,
and then he corrected later.
Yeah, he realized it was a mistake for him. And a different time, the prophet did a mistake, and nobody had knowledge about the topic, so they didn't say anything. Then Allah put a verse in the Quran to correct him. And this is one of the ways that shows that the prophet is just a human being.
Okay, fallible human being. Okay.
Yeah. So but the book and all the rules that make Islam itself are perfect. That's why even the prophet, if he does a mistake, the Quran will come and correct him.
Okay. So you would not take you will not consider any of the external sources or the academic sources, right? If even those external sources go against the Quran, you will take the Quran, you reject those external sources.
Yeah,
right?
But what sources?
That's how, I mean, those historical sources. That, for example, the Bible. For example, one issue, the Bible mentions Jesus crucified. Yeah. The Quran said Jesus did not crucify. Yeah. The Bible said Jesus crucified, and then the Roman historical books say he crucified. The Jewish historical book, the non-Christian sources say he crucified.
I can read that. So I can understand what the verse exactly is saying. The word shubih, which is used in the verse of the crucifixion, shubih, it means that their eyes, how should I explain? Like they saw a thing, but the truth was a different thing. So deceive is close to it.
Hallucination?
But, I mean, hallucination, no, because
It's a trick of the eyes, like a magic, something like that.
Yeah, it's either a misunderstanding or a trick on the eye, but I don't think it's a trick on the eye. I think it's a misunderstanding. They caught someone, and I think it is Judah, and they killed him.
Do you know Imam Hussein? Imam Hussein?
Yes.
You know him? Oh, okay, good. He's a
Yeah, I
famous
don't
international speaker.
Yeah, but I don't have really much knowledge about them. Just have
Some knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, he is the one who defends for Allah. He is the one who protect Allah, saying that you should not say that Jesus was transformed to be a different person. Otherwise, you make Allah to be a deceiver. He said that actually Jesus was really crucified, and then he died. He resurrected from the dead, and then Allah took him from the grave to Allah. So that's his position. That's Imam Hussein's position. Of course, you will not agree. A lot of scholars, most scholars will not agree. But I can see that there are a variety of interpretation of the Quranic verses. He can say so strong is that you are pathetic. Is that those people who say that you are transformed, Jesus was transformed into another person, you are not doing justice to Allah.
Are you sure that he said that?
Yeah. He said it was very strong. There's some men besides him. Hussein. Imam Hussein, he said the crucifixion of Jesus, you can see the YouTube.
I mean,
I find it very fascinating. Imam Hussein.
Imam Hussein and the other people are from
the other one would be Shafi Ali. Shafi Ali interpreted differently that Jesus was really crucified and died on the cross, but he did not die. So there's another version. Jesus was really crucified, but he did not die.
If you want to know more about the Shia and what's it called, Hussein and Ali, you need to talk with someone.
Oh, there would be another complicated issues. Never mind. I just let you know that what I have come across. I'm not pursuing you. I just let you a conversation. Just let additional information. I just want to help you see differently, and probably they can save your eternity. We do know. Also, maybe someday that you will have to consider eternity of your life in the future. So if that is something that we need to be considered. So why is there so many variations in the interpretation of the Muslim scholars? So that's something that we need to think about it. One verse itself. So why these scholars, they want to consider different interpretation? Because these are wise people. They know the historical sources. They know the historical evidences, so they cannot fight against the intellectual property outside Quran.
I think there is the variation through the times. They happen because some of the verses, it's up to the logic of how you read them.
Right.
For example, there's a verse about how the mountains are
put on the
ground.
To stabilize it.
Yeah, but it's not like the mountains are just there. The word used is like you put
stabilize.
When you put the wood and you hammer it to the ground, it's just like a nail.
Okay.
The word Senate is like put inside the earth.
Okay.
And now the scientists discovered that the mountains are actually they're into the earth and they stabilize the regions around it. So
I don't know what scientists you're quoting. Maybe the Muslim scientists. Muslim scientists to prove the Quran, the reality of the Quran.
Yeah, they realized that the word that
actually to me I will not, because the mountains are the preternal, the planet or the plan of the earth, the crust, they put it together, push together, it become a extruded land, so that become a mountain. So there is nothing to stabilize the earth. The earthquake comes from the plate, they crush on each other for a long time, and the tension build up, and then once it crush through, then that earthquake happen. So there's nothing to stabilize from the mountain for the earth. So I don't know what source you are reading from that. I mean, from the Islamic, maybe they want to stabilize, want to comfort you, to check, maybe to prove that the Quran is really reliable scientifically. But a lot of scientific proofs, scientific talk about the Quran has been debunked by a lot of people. That's why Ali, I think Hijab Ali said that, what is his name? Muhammad Hijab, another friend, his good friend, said that it's a very debunk. But he would not mind, because he said that he still believes the Quran. If you use scientific proof, he would not want to claim scientific proof, because all these scientific proof are really debunked. Even the embryonic development of the baby in the mother's womb, all these things has been debunked because it can be found in the Greek philosophy. There was one philosopher saying that the 4 stages of the embryo development from the mother's womb, and then you can discover the same writing in the Quran. So this means Muhammad has been copying from the Greek philosopher. So I put into the Quran, say this is a revelation from God. Actually, it's not, so be careful.
I mean, I don't think that when you think about it logically, the Prophet is illiterate. And he was
There's,
in the middle of the
there's
desert.
something you also need to discuss. You need to discuss. And before he died, he said, take some paper, take some pen to me. Before he died, they asked the people to take pen and pencil because he want to write something. Only the companion at that time, before he get back, said, we have already have enough of revelation. Why do you need the pen to write anything more? They didn't give him the pen. So if he is illiterate, how can you can write? How come you ask for paper and the pen to write?
No, I never heard about this. The Prophet
No, man.
cannot read or write.
It's additional information for you. It's okay. So this is from the hadith before he death, before his death.
You know the number of the hadith because this is the first time I ever heard.
Okay. It's okay.
Does it make sense?
It's okay. Yeah. And then Muhammad as a businessman, he was surely he would know the basic of the language because he's going to write down all these transactions, business transactions. Right? His business transaction, he would have basic knowledge. You say that why do you want to maintain his illiterate?
I mean, simple calculations, yeah, but the Prophet could not read or write. So
No, but he want to check. He want to double check the revelation, right? Every year, he needs to double check every revelation.
There are people who memorized it in their head and there are people who wrote it down while he recited it. The Prophet cannot read or write, and he never saw the ocean. So the verses in the Quran about the ocean and the water.
A miracle.
Yeah,
Miracle separation now. Okay, never mind. This is your basic foundation. I don't know why you want to stand on this thing.
Yeah.
To me, I would please forgive me if I offend you anyway.
No,
I would put it those are the belief. Those are the belief. I
Yeah.
could put it like something like a supernatural, superstitious belief to make the Quran claim to be something mystical. So to strengthen your faith. Those are the mystical saying, and to make your faith strengthen because that would build up your faith. That would build up your belief system. So that would be very risky because all these things can be debunked, all these things can be debated, and then can be thrown away and be shambled because all these are like this scientific miracle, even the illiteracy of Muhammad, all these things, even the presence of Muhammad cannot be proved in the literature of the Saudi Arabia.
I mean, the whole, the story of the Prophet and all, there are a lot of Arab sources, but there is no Greek and this type of sources. So
I don't know
I
why
mean, there is
would they
no-
destroy all this literature when they invented all this.
I mean, there's the story, the part after the Prophet, the golden era of Islam, the Muslims started spreading.
So you have all
And,
the Islamic
yeah, and
Islamic
the
writing literature. So you
Yeah.
don't have the external literature. So the external non-Muslim literature. So you cannot have no way you can conquer. You cannot put them together and then to use external. I mean, for non-Muslim need to look at those evidence of the external sources. Like for example, for Christianity, we have the external sources that is non-Christians to prove that the Bible is reliable at the time.
Yeah.
So we have manuscript. We also have manuscript of the Roman Empire, also the Jewish tradition. All these things we can tally together. All these things can be double checked. All these things can be double checked. And even people say that the Bible is corrupted. This issue,
Yeah.
the Bible is corrupted, but we have evidence. We have manuscript from the time of Jesus until now. All the manuscript has the same message going together. So the Bible today that we have, even though we have different languages, different versions, but the message is still traced back to the same original.
Yeah, but the Bible isn't, some of it comes from the Torah because,
The Christian never say. The Christian never.
before Jesus.
Right. The Christian never said Torah is corrupted. Christian never said the Torah is corrupted. The Jewish Bible, we never accuse them of corrupted. Only the Quran, the Muslims said that they are corrupted. There's also something unique. So you need to be careful. Why? Because we have two different religion. Christian and the Jewish are different religion. But the Christian never accused the Torah has been changed or has been corrupted. Only the Muslim, the Islam have changed, say that they are changed, both of them changed. So which is changed? Is it the Quran change or the two change? I think the Quran change. Because the two entity, the Jewish and the Christian, they never have a problem with the tradition of the reliability of the
I
source.
mean, but just because
But the Quran-
past ones are not like going aligned with the Quran doesn't mean the Quran is wrong because it is the new religion.
Yeah. So it's claimed to be a new religion, so you need to think twice because the things you have included historical things inside the historical record. You also have geographical data in the Quran. You also have human beings, the names. even in the Quran. So you have, all these things can be checked and double checked and verified and proved and disproved. Because you have geographical issue, you have scientific issue. So the Quran contains, it's very rich, right? You have a lot of things. So this can be checked, double checked, proved and disproved.
You can see that the Quran is similar to what's called the Jewish belief. In the Torah, they only believe in God, but they also believe that God can make mistakes.
Oh, really?
God has
Who said?
the great.
Which one say that God can make
Jewish.
mistake?
The Torah.
I don't think so.
Really?
This is not from. I don't know where you got it. No, they cannot get. They will not say God can make mistake.
I mean,
They cannot say God can make mistake. The book is not mistaken. The Torah until today, the Masmud or Torah, they will say that they're still reliable. It's still the word of God, cannot be changed. Just like the Quran said that the previous revelation cannot be changed.
I have to pray.
the God. Okay, thank you for the wonderful time.
Yeah,
I learned from you too. Huh? So God bless you then.